Get ready for some fantasy football insights that will have you on the edge of your seat. NFL Fantasy 2025, Unlocking the Secrets of Week 1 Defenses. In the world of fantasy football, making the right lineup choices is crucial, and we're here to guide you through the maze of decisions. While it's tempting to start with the obvious picks, we're diving deeper into the less conventional options to give you an edge. Let's begin with a bold move. Streaming defenses. Yes, you heard that right. And we're not just talking about any defense. We're targeting specific matchups that could turn the tide of your fantasy season. Streaming defenses, the ultimate strategy. Cardinals versus Saints. Spencer Rattler, the Saints starter, had a higher interception rate than touchdown rate last season. Combine that with a high sack rate and a struggling Saints offense, and you've got a recipe for fantasy success. Stream the Cardinals and watch their defense shine. Rams versus Texans. Here's a fun fact. Caleb Williams had a higher sack rate than C.J. Stroud among QBs with 500 pass attempts. With Houston's offensive line taking a hit this offseason, the Rams, led by the reigning Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jared Verse, could be a Week 1 powerhouse. Jets versus Steelers. This opening weekend clash is a revenge game like no other. Aaron Rodgers, formerly of the Jets, faces Justin Fields, formerly of the Steelers. Both defenses are in play, but the Jets might have the edge due to Rodgers' declining mobility, leading to a higher sack rate in 2024. The Steelers could also be a solid choice due to Fields' tendency for sacks and turnovers. Stream against Daniel Jones. We've been streaming against Jones for years, and his stats don't lie. With a high sack rate and poor passing metrics, it's time to capitalize on his struggles. Bengals versus Ravens. The Bengals. Defense might be a sneaky streaming option. Joe Flacco has been prone to sacks and interceptions, making him a prime target for fantasy managers. If you're looking for a sleeper pickup, Cincinnati could be your answer. But here's where it gets controversial. Sitting defenses when to walk away. Cowboys versus Eagles. Remember when the Eagles' offense was on fire last season? Well, they're back, and they're ready to torch defenses again. With Jalen Hurts leading the charge, stay away from the Cowboys. Defense in Week 1. Falcons versus Buccaneers. The Falcons' defense has potential, but facing the potent Tampa Bay offense is a risky move. The Bucs averaged 28 points per game against the Falcons in 2024, and Baker Mayfield was on fire. Avoid both defenses in this high-scoring matchup. Chargers versus Chiefs. While the Chargers did a decent job against Patrick Mahomes last season, the overall history is not favorable. With the deep ball back in the Kansas City offense, it's best to steer clear of this matchup. And Bills versus Ravens. The Ravens' offense was a buzzsaw last year, averaging 30 points per game against the Bills. With Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry leading the charge, it's a no-brainer to stay away from defenses facing this dynamic duo. And Giants versus Commanders. The Giants could surprise us with an improved defense this season, but we need to see it first, especially when they face Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, a fantasy manager's nightmare. And this is the part most people miss. Fantasy football is all about strategy and taking calculated risks. By understanding the matchups and streaming defenses effectively, you can gain an advantage over your opponents. So are you ready to dominate Week 1? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with these lineup choices? Are there any other strategies you'd like to discuss?